Hi there, Dead Ideal Boy here, back with another video on the channel, and this week's video comes from Daily Race C, which was from last week. Well, yesterday actually it finished, and this race is just, it's incredible. There's just so much happening in it, and you'll know that from the title of the video we come across what can only be described as an absolute piece of filth when it comes to GranTurismo and racing. So you need to see this guy to really believe him, and I don't really know what goes through someone's mind who engages in this sort of behaviour. But anyway, we'll go on with the race because it's a very exciting race. You can see here I actually completely misjudged the slip, and combined with a little bit overcautious braking by Volks in front of us, we almost absolutely kill him, but we managed to back out just enough to keep him on track, and we back out to, well, basically make sure he keeps the place and isn't under immediate pressure from us. But yeah, apologies to Volks, that was absolutely unintentional, but we both live to fight another day, although P1 has now got a little bit of a gap. Not a lot we could do about that though, so yeah, we've survived as best we could. Both our races are still very much alive, so yeah, keeping it tight, going through a scary there, making sure we stay well in the slipstream. And it's difficult, obviously, once you lose the slipstream in this race, to make sure that you pick it back up, because basically we found that throughout the entire week doing this race, that if you work together with the cars in front, as Volks goes a little bit wide there, you could either pull away from the pack or catch up with the groups or the leader front. So that's what we're going to do here. Like I said, we wanted to catch up with P1, so we're going to give Volks a little bump here down the straight and make sure that we try and basically close that gap back. So I'm trying to help Volks now after nearly killing him in the first lap, so hopefully we can get back on the tail of the leader as we come back into the braking zone again. A little touch here. I think Volks was just, I don't know what he was doing, he was just braking a little bit too early, and then he ends up cutting the corner there. Probably a little bit of my fault there, as we gave him the little bump and he just about made the corner, but perhaps, yeah, looking back on it now, probably my fault that he got that half-second penalty, but well, we just move on. Let's not say any more about that. But anyway, we're going to go down here. We're going to try and make sure that we don't hit him again into this braking zone. And yeah, we're going to keep it nice and safe through here. As you can see, we're going to get a good run out here, and we're going to not have any contact with him whatsoever this time. We're just going to go for the pass. He's going to serve his half-second penalty, which was probably a little bit courtesy of me, but anyway, we're all human, we all make mistakes, and if he is watching, then once again, apologies for that. But we're going to now find ourselves quite far back from the leader. We've got, what is it, 2.6 seconds as we cross the line at the end of lap 2, heading into lap 3. And as we come across the line, you can see there, yeah, it's going to be hard to catch up as we skip forward. We've got Myth Dankon behind us. He is well in our slipstream, just a few tenths back, so hopefully he wants to work with us. But well, out of nowhere, maybe we don't need him to work with us, because JL has clearly committed some sort of heinous crime. He's absolutely cheated somewhere and served a massive penalty, which has brought him right into our sights here as we cross the line to briefly set the fastest lap, although it was immediately taken back off us by the Brazilian behind us. But we're going to bump now JL, because like I said, strategy does come into this now. I wanted to try and break away from the rest of the pack, and hopefully we can, you know, make this a kind of 2 or 3 way fight by the end of the race. But as we head into this braking zone, you're going to see this again, a combination of probably early braking and me misjudging the slipstream, and I absolutely do my best not to kill JL, but in the process I did bring the Brazilian into it, who I didn't even know was there. Again, my fault, not checking my radar. I should have noticed he was on my inside, but I was expecting him to be right behind me as opposed to on the inside of me. It was going to be a dangerous move if he was going to go up the inside, but yeah, we both ended up getting reset. So you can see he's down to 5th, I'm down to 7th. It's basically been a disaster of a start to the race, and we're only on lap 4. So there's plenty of time obviously to make up ground, but it wasn't doing my confidence the best here, because like I said, I felt like I was braking at the right points, and maybe I wasn't. Maybe they were braking a little bit early, I don't know, but the responsibility is mine to make sure we don't kill anyone if you are behind them, even if they do brake slightly early. But we just misjudged that. And the good thing was JL did survive. He is now still in the lead. The Brazilian obviously did drop back, but my plan was now to hopefully catch up with the pack, and I would bump draft the Brazilian back up the field if I could get the opportunity to do that. As we skip on a little bit in lap 5 now, we're going to come through Ascari here, and we found ourselves, we were catching up on the pack through Ascari. We were taking it very, very smoothly, very nicely. You can see here how much we catch up on the pack here. I have to say, this was a late night American lobby, but there were obviously some A+ drivers. As you can see on the left hand side there, something's happened. Math is now in the lead. JL has disappeared. That yellow flag was in fact for him, the leader. So something's happened. You can see in the comment down the bottom left hand side there briefly, he's tagged Math in it with a load of question marks. So something's happened between them, and we're going to analyse this, because Math is going to be under scrutiny big time at the end of this race. As we skip forward again, lap 6, you can see here the Brazilian front here has got a 1 second penalty. We've caught right back up onto the pack. We're in P5. The good thing is the Brazilian, who we kind of was collateral damage when we sent ourselves to the Shadow Realm earlier on in the race, is now up to P2, so that's good. My plan now is to get ahead, get onto the back of him and try and bump him along, see if we can catch P1. That's the plan anyway, as the penalty is going to be served here, so I'll stay in the slipstream as long as possible, then move out. You can see now they've got the American and the Brazilian now closely going around the final corner, and this is an opportunity now to work together as a 3-way bump. It's a 4 second gap to the leader, but that's not insurmountable with half the race basically left to go. So if we could just get a nice little 3-way bump going, that would be great. As you can see, we caught right up on the back of the American halfway through the lap there, and he just goes left. And Math, who was the leader, has now also had an issue, and he is being passed by myself and the Brazilian. So the two drivers, myself and the Brazilian, who were both reset earlier on in the race due to some interesting driving from myself, but we find ourselves in P1 and P2, so it's game on. I don't feel guilty anymore, and we can race as we would like to. Now, there's no need to bump draft him or try to help him any further, but we've got Math behind us, and you can see Math as well in our slipstream, so he's still going to be a feature of this race, and he certainly is a feature of this race, because, as I said, we will analyse afterwards exactly what is going on, because he's certainly not finished in this race. So we come into the chicane, we take that nicely, we're still absolutely tucked into the slipstream, and the Brazilian has picked up a 1 second penalty, so that's massive. That is going to be massive. So you can see here, skipping forward, he serves a penalty and off we go. Now that was big. You can see he's now going to struggle to keep Math behind him, because we were gapping Math, but he's going to get the slipstream now, and this is going to be a crucial time in the race. We've opened up a nice healthy gap, so if we can just keep it clean, but I'm expecting P2 and P3 now to start bump drafting and basically reduce that gap massively, which you can do. But if you look at the delta, something strange starts to happen with it. As I have a look back to see, expecting them to be bump drafting, but you'll just notice here that Math will move up into P2, there he goes, and the delta starts to go a little bit haywire. It goes a little bit crazy. You look at the gap moving up 3 seconds, 3.3, 3.4, 3. It's gone up to nearly 4 seconds. There we go, over 4 seconds now. So there's been an incident between Math and the Brazilian. Now if we skip forward to the final corner of the race, because you can see from the delta, all I did then was open up the gap even further, so we've got 7-second lead as we go across the line and take the win. Somehow take the win, given the fact we had a reset and a couple of other incidents in the race, but we've got the win. You can see there the lobby wasn't particularly strong, a couple of A+ drivers in there, some B drivers, some A drivers, but we're going to have now a look on the replay to see exactly what happened. Here's the incident involving myself and the Brazilian. You can see there, hands up, I just didn't know he was there. I braked, tried to avoid going into the back of JL, turned left, straight into the Brazilian, and absolutely wiped him out. So, massive apologies to him for that. But here's one of the major talking points. We've got Math here in the lead, and we've got JL who's caught back up to him, and he's going to go, gives him a little bump, and then goes to make the pass. But Math just comes across and absolutely kills him. Now, if there's a more deliberate takeout than that, then I've not seen it, because have a look at it from JL's point of view here. He's going to go past him, way over on the left hand side, then Math just comes across and absolutely intentionally sends him into the barrier. You can see here from the onboard, you can get a look at the steering inputs as he just steers left and takes him off. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't understand what goes through these players' minds, and we're going to now look at the next incident, which was the part where the delta just kept going up when I was expecting it to start coming down. You can see here, normally it would be a good idea to bump draft here, but Math just goes for the move, fair enough, it's up to him, but then he just starts driving the Brazilian off the track, and he actually almost kills himself in the process. But again, such a sneaky move, just trying to put a couple of his tyres onto the grass. Watch this, and just tries to kill him. I mean, the Brazilian actually keeps it pointing forward, to his credit. Again, look at the onboard, look at the steering inputs. I mean, Myth couldn't be giving him any more space, and he just drives him off the track again. So that seems to be his preferred method of killing someone, just drive them off the track. And it's really poor. I don't understand, why people do that. There's guys there, a guy like JL was in the lead, took time out his day to set a qualifying time and, go for the race win, only for it to be absolutely ruined by an idiot like Math. But anyway, there we go. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.